Welcome everybody to the Hannahcast, and my name is Christian Hannah, and today we're going to be talking about the BAFTA award predictions that I have. What are the BAFTA awards? Well, it's pretty much the British Oscars, they're mighties. But yeah. So yeah, how's everyone doing? So pretty much like the BAFTAs are like the British equivalent of the Oscars. Sometimes they are a good indicator of what could be nominated and what could win the Oscars. For example, the BAFTAs a couple years ago foresaw, they chose Anthony Hopkins for Best Lead Actor for The Father over Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, despite the fact that, Chadwick Boseman had been winning everywhere. Yeah, alright, just want to make sure everything worked. But, yeah. Chadwick Boseman, he won the Golden Globe, he won Critics' Choice, he won SAG, but then Anthony Hopkins won BAFTA, and suddenly it wasn't a clean sweep for Boseman, and ultimately he lost the award at the Oscars. So that's kind of how important the BAFTAs are. Tomorrow, and I will say tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live streaming my reaction to the BAFTA awards. So anyone who wants to join me there, please do so. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos. And also, I'd like to give a little shout out to my Ko-Fi supporters, Fudd and Rooney Coaster. You can support me at ko-fi.com/Christian Hannah. It would very much mean the world to me if anything was given. You don't have to, but it would be nice. So yeah. Without any further ado, let's talk about my predictions for the BAFTAs, alright? So, we have Best Film, and their nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Tar. Now, I will say, it doesn't really look good for the Fabelmans. The Fabelmans only has one nomination here, and that's for original screenplay. Steven Spielberg did not even get... Well, actually, we'll get into the director thing here in a bit, but the Fabelmans did not do well here. Which one do I... I think it's going to be The Banshees of Inisherin. I feel like this is the one... Or, I guess technically two. With Golden Globes and BAFTA, I feel like this is, the only time The Banshees of Inisherin is going to really succeed. I'm actually predicting at the Oscars, The Banshees of Inisherin wins nothing. Despite getting nominated a bunch of times. But I do think Banshees of Inisherin will win Best Film here. Everything Everywhere All at Once did perform better than I expected at BAFTA, but I just don't see Everything Everywhere All at Once winning the BAFTA for Best Film. So yeah, I think it's going to go to the Banshees of Inisherin. For Best Director, we have Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front, Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, Park Chan-wook for Decision to Leave, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Todd Field for Tar, and Gina Prince Blythewood for The Woman King, which, funny enough, is the only award that The Woman King got nominated for at the BAFTAs. Once again, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, he was not even longlisted, meaning he wasn't even in consideration at the BAFTAs for Best Director, and obviously he didn't get nominated. Now, could he still win Best Director at the Oscars? Maybe. I don't know. Now, I will say, tonight, tonight, the Directors Guild Awards are going to be announced, and the winners are going to be announced. So, I will... Probably, it won't be a live stream because I don't think outstanding director for theatrical motion pictures. I don't think that award is worthy of a live stream, but I will post a video tonight highlighting, my reaction and my thoughts on where the best director race could go. What is it? Oh yeah, Cole Warner Review says, I'm on vacation at Florida at the carnival. I can't stay long. Alright. Max Powell says, I haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front, but the book is great. I read it last year. Very brutal, depressing, and poignant. I have not read the book, but I have seen the All Quiet on the Western Front, this movie, and it is fantastic. Like, I know the whole, war movie, like, okay, like, because every time they come out with a new war movie, I'm like, alright, how are you gonna make this one kind of different from the others? Or at the very least, I don't know. All Quiet on the Western Front manages to do that. It's up there with some of my favorite war films, like Dunkirk and 1917. So, yeah. I want to maybe say Edward Berger wins, but at the same time, he didn't, like, let's look at the Directors Guild nominees. The Directors Guild nominees, the Directors Guild nominees, they are the Daniels for Everything Ever All at Once, Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, Todd Field for Tar, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, and Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick. And so, from that, the only three consistent nominees from DGA, BAFTA, and Oscars are Martin McDonagh, Daniels, and Todd Field. And Steven Spielberg won the Golden Globe for Best Director, so that's not really helping us here. Daniels won Critics' Choice, although that is a critic's favorite film. I mean, I'm not saying it can't win, but I would be kind of surprised if the BAFTAs chose it for Best Picture. Now, for Best Director. I'm actually thinking Todd Field for Tar wins. Like, I have this sneaking suspicion that now, granted, this also hinges on who wins Directors Guild. Although, if the Directors Guild goes to Steven Spielberg, then again, that doesn't really help us here. Because again, the only three consistent nominees from DGA, Oscars, and the BAFTAs are McDonagh, Daniels, and Field. So I'm thinking Todd Field for Tar is the most likely winner. Out of these, I would probably easily pick Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front. Okay, granted, I've not seen Decision to Leave, so I can't really speak on Decision to Leave, but I've seen all the others. All Quiet on the Western Front, I thought was very well directed. The Banshees of Inisherin, I thought had very good direction. But I think it was more for me. I feel like the screenplay stood out more to me than the directing. I didn't like Everything Everywhere All at Once, Woman King, or Tar. And if I don't like the movies, I wouldn't want them to win Best Director either. I mean, the movie's quality is kind of very much intertwined with the directing. So that's my taste. I would personally pick Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front. And with BAFTA, for Best Film, I'd probably choose The Banshees of Inisherin. But for predicting, I'm predicting we have a Todd Field win. Original Screenplay, we have The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. This is the only award that The Fabelmans got nominated for. It was only Original Screenplay. And that's it. Now, this is the Oscar 5. All 5 of these got nominated at the Oscars. I think at the Writers Guild, let me just make sure I'm correct here, because okay, Guild Awards. Let me look at the Guild Awards. Let me just look at the Guild Awards real quick. Ah, dang it. This is, okay, I'm trying to, okay, who were nominated at the Writers Guild? For Original Screenplay, Everything Everywhere, The Fabelmans, The Menu, Nope, Tar. So, we're only missing Triangle of Sadness and Banshees of Inisherin. Alright. I do think, at the BAFTAs, it's going to go to Banshees of Inisherin. Again, they love Martin McDonagh. And I think, like I said, I think we're going to see the same thing happen with, or at least a similar pattern between Banshees of Inisherin and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Although, granted, Three Billboards did win a couple of Oscars for supporting actor and lead actress. I don't, I think Banshees of Inisherin at the Oscars is going to perform even worse, like I said. But at the BAFTAs, at the BAFTAs, Three Billboards won Original Screenplay and Best Picture, Best Film, again, I feel like we're going to see that same thing happen at the BAFTAs. So I feel like it's going to take original screenplay. I expect Everything Everywhere All at Once to take original screenplay at the Writers Guild. I mean, granted, Banshees isn't nominated at the Writers Guild, but still, I think Everything Everywhere is going to take the Writers Guild and ultimately win the Oscar. But I don't see Banshees of Inisherin winning the Oscar. But again, I do see it winning at the BAFTAs for original screenplay. So that's what I think. If it were my choice, I'd still probably pick the Banshees of Inisherin out of these. Adapted screenplay, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Living, The Quiet Girl, She Said, and The Whale. Now, what makes this interesting is that... What makes this interesting is that the only two films that are nominated for adapted screenplay at the BAFTAs that also got the Oscar nomination for adapted screenplay are All Quiet on the Western Front and Living. And even between these two, the only one that got nominated for Best Picture was All Quiet on the Western Front. And that's strange. And for adapted screenplay, the only Best Picture nominees nominated at the Writers Guild are Top Gun Maverick and Women Talking. But again, but even at the same time, the only BAFTA nominee here is She Said, and that still didn't get nominated for the Oscar. See what I'm talking about? The screenplay categories are so mixed up and so, it's just utter chaos. I genuinely don't know who's going to, it's tough. And the thing I always the thing I always have to say when I'm talking about the Oscars is that, in the expanded Best Picture race at the Oscars, there has never been a film that won original or adapted screenplay that won. Wait, no, there's never been, in the expanded Best Picture era of the Oscars, where you go up to 10 nominees, there has never been a screenplay winner, original or adapted, that was not nominated for Best Picture. They were all nominated for Best Picture. And so, I don't think that always has to be the same with the BAFTAs. Again, I probably should have done a little bit of research on this. But this is tough. This could maybe spell who wins the Oscar for adapted screenplay. But again, it's tough. But Living's not nominated for the Best Picture at the Oscars. Let's see, BAFTA original screenplay, BAFTA adapted screenplay. All right, let's see. Let's see how this went. All right, let's take a look at how history has gone with the BAFTAs. All right. We're starting with original screenplay. Oh wait, what is your favorite, least favorite, Best Picture movie at the Oscars? If you're talking about the Oscars, my favorite is The Fabelmans, and I thought the worst one, in my opinion, was probably Tar. Although, again, I have not seen Women Talking, and so I can't really say my opinion. I've seen all the Best Picture Oscar nominees except for Women Talking. But yeah, for me, I think the best is Fabelmans and the worst is Tar. But again, I know that's a hot take. Let's see. Last year, Licorice Pizza won original screenplay. And so that was a surprise. What was it? But again, Promising Young Woman, and obviously Licorice Pizza didn't win the Oscar. It went to Belfast. So, but let's look at previous years. Promising Young Woman, that won the Oscar. Parasite, that won the Oscar. The Favorite, that didn't win the Oscar. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, that didn't win the Oscar. Manchester by the Sea. So yeah, we keep seeing. Now, let's check adapted screenplay. Let's see how this is. Oh, not just this year. Oh, Best Picture. Oh, Best Picture winner. Oh, I thought that's okay. Okay, keep in mind, I'm not as well versed into watching all the Best Picture winners. I mean, I haven't seen as many of them. I mean, I've maybe the worst that I've seen so far. I have to think about it. Was maybe Nomadland, and the best one for me might be Moonlight, perhaps. But again, I don't know how many of the Best Picture nominees that I've seen. I mean, the Best Picture winners that I've seen. So don't hold me to that. But let's see. Coda, that lined up with the Oscars. The Father, that lined up with the Oscars. Jojo Rabbit, that lined up with the Oscars. Black Klansman, yep. Call Me By Your Name, yep. Adapted Screenplay, this is tricky because at the BAFTAs, Moonlight qualified for Adapted Screenplay, but at the Oscars, Moonlight qualified for at the Oscars, Moonlight qualified for Adapted Screenplay, but at the BAFTAs, it qualified for Original Screenplay. So, I don't know how I judge that. This is tough. Big Short, that won. Theory of Everything, that didn't win. I think at the Oscars, it went to The Imitation Game. Philomena, Philomena won in 2013, whereas in the Oscars, it went to 12 Years a Slave. Argo, Silver Linings Playbook, it didn't win the Oscar, it went to Argo. So, it's a little bit tough. It is a little bit tough to say. Although in recent years, again, they have seemed to have aligned with the Oscar winner. But again, I just don't see All Quiet on the Western Front winning the Oscar for Adapted Screenplay. I just don't see that happening. And Living, I mean, yeah, it's also nominated for Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars, but it's not a Best Picture nominee. So I don't know. This is tough. This is really, really tough. Now, again, maybe we could see a split from the Best Picture. We could maybe see a split from the Adapted Screenplay winner. Maybe in the BAFTAs it goes to Living, whereas in the Oscars, I think there might be a chance that Top Gun Maverick takes it. If they really wanted to win Best Picture, it's got to win Adapted Screenplay. So, yeah. Maybe for now, I will say Living. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Living... Oh, wait, no, Living did not get nominated for the Writers Guild. So again, that makes it tougher. It could literally go to anyone. Right now, I will maybe say Living. But again, I don't... If it were to win at the BAFTAs for Adapted Screenplay, I would not anticipate that to win the Oscar. Lead actor, we have Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Daryl McCormack for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, Paul Mescal for After Sun, and Bill Nighy for Living. Okay, we have 6 nominees here, but one of them, we have 6 nominees, whereas in the Oscars it's 5. Daryl McCormack, obviously he's not nominated for the Oscar, but this is the Oscar 5. Butler, Farrell, Fraser, Mescal, Nighy. It's the Oscar 5. So, but this is where things get tough. This is obviously, okay, at BAFTA, it could be, I think a lot of people are predicting Colin Farrell wins for The Banshees of Inisherin. But I don't think so. I don't think Colin Farrell wins Best Lead Actor for The Banshees of Inisherin. I think this is still a deadlocked race between Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser. Now, BAFTA did like The Whale way more than Elvis, it seems, because The Whale got nominated for Adapted Screenplay, whereas in the Oscars it didn't even do that. I'm trying to think. It didn't get nominated for the Writers Guild either. But at the same time, they or at the very least, okay, it didn't get how many award nominations did Elvis get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, So it got 9 nominations. But, Brendan Fraser? I have not seen The Whale, and I want to see it, but for some reason, I've not seen The Whale, Max Powell, but I want to see it, but for some reason, it's, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, the digital release of The Whale is going to be happening, 2 days after the Oscars. I'm like, that better not be the case. It would be really dumb of them to release, because the Whale's not playing anywhere near me. Otherwise, I would have seen it at this point. I want to see The Whale. Brendan Fraser, I keep seeing clips of the movie. He looks like that looks like a performance that would be my pick to win. But again, I can't say that because I haven't seen the movie. But I really and again, and where do we go with this? I think, Austin Butler beat Brendan Fraser at the Golden Globes, but Brendan Fraser beat Butler at the Critics' Choice. Now, are the critics a lot nicer to The Whale? Well, again, I don't know. It did get nominated, at the BAFTAs, it did get nominated for Adapted Screenplay. The same problem with Jojo Rabbit. The movie didn't play in any of your theaters. Oh, it did play in my theater. It did play in my local theater, so that's strange. But yeah, I might have to say, okay, I might have to say Austin Butler takes lead actor. I know everyone's saying Colin Farrell because he is in his home turf, but I don't know. They love, a lot of people love Austin Butler and Elvis. Again, like I said, this is I think this is still a very close race between Brendan Fraser and Austin Butler. I would love to see Brendan Fraser walk up on stage and accept the award if he were to win. But I'm thinking, for prediction reasons only, Austin Butler wins for Elvis. Leading actress, we have Cate Blanchett in Tar, Viola Davis for The Woman King, Danielle Deadwyler for Till, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. There might be a chance for Michelle Yeoh or even Andrea Riseborough at the Oscars. I think for the Oscars, I'm not gonna lie, I think Andrea Riseborough has a pretty damn good shot, especially after this whole investigation thing where maybe people vote for her anyway. But if not her, I think maybe there's a chance SAG and the Oscars might give it to Michelle Yeoh, but at the BAFTAs, it's going to go to Cate Blanchett. It's not even a contest. It's not even close. I have not seen Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, but I have seen all the others. I think my personal pick would probably be Danielle Deadwyler for Till, or and if not her, then Ana de Armas for Blonde. Blonde sucked ass, but her performance was much better than the movie. But right now, if it were me, I'd probably vote Danielle Deadwyler for Till. But I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't that thrilled with Cate Blanchett's performance. She was good, but I've seen her better in other projects. I've seen her better in movies than in Tar. It wasn't a very standout kind of performance. So yeah, I think it's gonna, but predicting, I think it's gonna go to Cate Blanchett. Supporting actor, Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse, Albrecht Schucht, or whatever, I'm so sorry if I got that name wrong, for All Quiet on the Western Front, and Michael Ward for Empire of Light. Let's look at the Oscars, shall we? And even maybe Screen Actors Guild. I was kind of surprised Eddie Redmayne did not get nominated for the Oscar. He got nominated for Globes, for the Golden Globes, the SAG Award, and the BAFTA. And yet Eddie Redmayne didn't get nominated at the Oscars. That's crazy. However, this category is locked up tight. There's no way in hell Ke Huy Quan doesn't win this. It's over. Like, he's gonna win this. One could maybe make an argument for Brendan Gleeson. I mean, he was fantastic as well. But Ke Huy Quan, I feel like, has way too much momentum to lose. He has way too much momentum to lose this award. So there we go. I think it's going to go to Ke Huy Quan. And probably out of these nominees, I'd probably go for Ke Huy Quan. Although, not gonna lie, Brendan Gleeson's really freaking good in Banshees of Inisherin as well. Supporting actress, we have Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow in The Whale, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Dolly DeLeon for Triangle of Sadness, Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Carey Mulligan for She Said. I'm not gonna lie, Carey Mulligan should not even be nominated, should not even be eligible for supporting actress. She and Zoe Kazan were clearly co-leads in that film. You can't tell me she was a supporting role in that. That was so dumb. Like, that is straight up, that's category fraud right there. Now, if you want to talk about someone with momentum, right now, Angela Bassett has that momentum. But, however, unlike Everything Everywhere All at Once, Black Panther does not perform well at the BAFTAs. Like, the first Black Panther, it only got nominated for and won visual effects, which I was like, are you fucking serious? You chose Black Panther to win Best Visual Effects? This is a joke. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of turned me off from the BAFTAs for visual effects. I'm like, you cannot tell me that film had Oscar-worthy, or had, like, BAFTA-worthy visual effects. Fuck off with that. No. Like, you know, First Man wasn't my first pick for Best Visual Effects. It would have gone to, my pick would have been Avengers Infinity War. But good God, First Man would have been a way better choice than Black Panther. Like, good God. Darius thinks that Angela Bassett will win BAFTA. Maybe. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, she could still pull it off. Although, at the same time, like, this is maybe, like, I think maybe Angela Bassett still wins the BAFTA. Because again, she has a ton of momentum. And it's not like The Father versus, it's not like Anthony Hopkins versus Chadwick Boseman, where you had like two actors who were like giving the performances of the year. Like, because I think, like, because the thing with Anthony Hopkins beating Chadwick Boseman at the BAFTAs, like, look, Anthony Hopkins was a force to be reckoned with. I think it wasn't that shocking, or at least it shouldn't be that shocking on paper that he beat Chadwick Boseman. But I think, so one could make the argument, so one could try to make the argument that, oh, well, you know, Anthony Hopkins beat Chadwick Boseman because he was in his own turf. Perhaps, but at the same time, like, I don't think people are raving about Carrie Condon anywhere near as much as Angela Bassett. Like, even for the BAFTAs, I feel like Angela Bassett would be too hard to ignore. So I might still say Angela Bassett wins the BAFTA for supporting actress. But Carrie Condon would be second, but again, I feel like, unlike The Father with Anthony Hopkins, you know, I don't think Carrie Condon poses an extreme threat to Angela Bassett. Casting, we have After Sun, All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Triangle of Sadness. Okay, this is interesting because the Oscars do not have this category, and this isn't the same thing as ensemble, so I don't know, I don't think the SAG Awards can help us all that much. And again, we don't even know who won at the SAG Award winners aren't even there. So who wins casting? Adarius says Everything Everywhere All at Once will win casting easy. If not, could be Triangle of Sadness. I'm thinking maybe Elvis. Mainly because of the casting choice of Austin Butler as Elvis. Like, I could see them doing that, because let's see, what were the other casting awards that they had? The BAFTAs introduced Best Casting in 2019, and that's when Joker won. Joker won that. Then the next year it went to Rocks, which I barely even heard of that film. And then then last year casting went to West Side Story. So I'm thinking maybe Elvis kind of takes casting here, because you got like who do you cast as Elvis Presley? But I wouldn't that be shocked if Everything Everywhere All at Once won. Alright, cinematography. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Top Gun Maverick. Okay, so this is interesting. Who wins cinematography? Well, if the Oscars nominated Top Gun Maverick, I'd say yeah, Top Gun Maverick, but they didn't. So that makes it harder. And also, a lot of people are saying All Quiet on the Western Front is going to win Best Cinematography. I wouldn't be so quick to say that, because it's not nominated at the American Society of Cinematographers either. Does that mean game over? Not necessarily, but I'm actually thinking Elvis wins cinematography. Because again, that is between ASC, the Oscars, and the BAFTAs, the only two that are consistent are Elvis and Empire of Light. Those are the only consistent ones there. And so I don't think and Darius is saying All Quiet will win. I think it will go to Elvis. I think it's going to Elvis. Again, it would make sense to go for All Quiet, but again, I'm going for what's the more consistent one. And again, I feel like consistency-wise, we're seeing Elvis and Empire of Light take take all three of these major awards. All Quiet on the Western Front won British Cinematography Award. What are you talking about? Oh, wait. Oh, British Cinematography Award? Wait, what? Oh, the British Society of Cinematographers. Let's see. Oh, wow. All Quiet on the Western Front did win the British Society of Cinematographers Award. Alright, that's interesting. Wait. Oh, and Banshees of Inisherin. Wait, Banshees of Inisherin got nominated there? See, that's like... Alright, that you do have a legitimate argument there. And it does seem like the frontrunner, but it would be weird for a movie to win Best Cinematography at the BAFTAs and the Oscars, and yet it doesn't have and yet it doesn't have an American Society of Cinematographers Award nomination. It's tough. And again, they do love and the thing is, also, the BAFTAs love Baz Luhrmann. They love his movies. So that's another thing I could go with Elvis. And another, in terms of the narrative of the award, Mandy Walker winning would be kind of I don't know if a woman has won Best Cinematography at the BAFTAs yet. But you might be onto something, but again, that it would just come off as weird if All Quiet on the Western Front won without a British society. I mean, without ASC, that would be very strange. The one thing I could maybe see is if the BAFTAs. Wait a minute! I just realized. Let's take a look at the winners at the Let's take a look at past winners. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's take a look at BAFTAs for cinematography. Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the BAFTAs for cinematography and the history and how things go there. Cinematography. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. Last year I went to Dune. The year before that, Nomadland. Okay, so that's it. So we already have a discrepancy between the BAFTAs and the Oscars. 2019, okay, 1917, Roma, Blade Runner, La La Land, The Revenant, Birdman, Gravity, Life of Pi. Oh wait, no, Hugo won the Oscar. True Grit. Okay, so it seems like in more recent years, it's gone to the Oscar winner, except for Nomadland. And again, going back again, you go with, The Artist and True Grit. The Hurt Locker, I know. Oh yeah, no, the Oscars gave it to Avatar. So we're all okay. So we are. God, this is so hard. And they have given it to Roger Deakins quite a bit. But again, they do line up with the Oscars they do line up with the Oscars for. Actually, let's take a look at. Wait. Damn it. Hold on. Let me open that thing up again. Where is it? History. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, Power of the Dog. Okay, so it didn't go to... Wait. Oh, wait, they gave it to the Power of the Dog. And not Dune. Mank, that lines up with the Oscars. 1917, Blade Runner. Nocturnal Animals. Carol. Mr. Turner. Okay, so okay. One thing that we are seeing here is that the British Society of Cinematographers does tend to disagree with the Oscars quite a bit. They had a little bit of a streak with Blade Runner, Roma, and 1917, and Mank, but again with Power of the Dog, like, it's still a little bit out there. It's like, does it actually? You know what? I might actually still stick with my gut here. I think, like, in my gut, I'm thinking it's gonna go to Elvis. It could very well go to All Quiet on the Western Front. It could, maybe, but again, that would just be strange if it like. Do I go for All Quiet or Elvis? Or at least predicting. I mean, if it were my choice, I'd go for Top Gun. But that's not what we're talking. But my choice would be Top Gun. But predicting, oh my God, this. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is the hardest one to predict so far. All Quiet or Elvis, because it would be very strange for the cinematographers to like. Although the BAFTAs, they really loved All Quiet. They really, really loved All Quiet on the Western Front. Probably more so than the Oscars. You know what? I'll do it. Yeah, cinematography is crazy. Got 14 nominations. You know what? I will say that there will be a split between the BAFTAs and the Oscars. BAFTA, I think it's going to go to All Quiet on the Western Front. And then the Oscars, it's going to go to Elvis. So yeah, I will, okay, I'll go with you with this. I'll say All Quiet on the Western Front wins cinematography. Editing, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Top Gun Maverick. I'm going to have to, admittedly, this one I'm getting from the Oscar. I'm choosing because of what the Oscar expert said. He's a YouTube channel. If you don't know the Oscar expert, check him out on YouTube. He's great. I think, but his point when predicting Top Gun Maverick was that the BAFTA loves racing movies, like movies with like engines and like whether it's like cars or planes. They love those kind of movies for editing. So I think I will go with Top Gun for editing here. And if I'm not mistaken, like, where does it align with the Oscars? Oh, yeah. So yeah, I think it's pretty close. Although I think yeah, Top Gun will win editing. If it were my choice, I'd go for Elvis. But but Oscar expert did make a good point in saying that the BAFTAs love racing movies, so I'll give it to that. Just like what happened for Rush, Ford v Ferrari, Baby Driver, and last year No Time to Die, they love action racing films so much. Wait, Dunkirk didn't win the BAFTA for editing? It didn't. Wait, Dunkirk didn't win? Then again, yeah, Dunkirk. But then, like, I guess maybe Top Gun Maverick was more of a kind of racing film more than Dunkirk was. That's strange. But yeah, I think Top Gun wins editing. Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, won over Dunkirk at the BAFTA. That is insane. That's crazy. So yeah, Top Gun, they love their racing films. I think it will go to Top Gun Maverick. Production design, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Batman, Elvis, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Once again, just like director, the Art Directors Guild Awards are tonight. I will, like I said, I will give my thoughts on the Art Directors Guild and the Directors Guild Awards tonight. It will not, like I said, it will not be a live stream. It will just be a video coming. It will just be a video coming out tonight. But, however, for all I know, my prediction for production design could be way off. Let's take a look at Art Directors Guild. Okay, well, yeah. So, for contemporary, yeah, none of the movies in here, or the Oscars, are in for contemporary. So we have a period film, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Elvis, The Fabelmans, White Noise. And for fantasy film, we have Avatar, The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Nope. And for animated film, we have Pinocchio, Lightyear, Marcel, Puss in Boots, and Turning Red. Darius says, Babylon will win production design easy. If not, it could be All Quiet on the Western Front, just like happened with for 1917 over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You do have a point. You do have a point. 1917 did win production design of the BAFTAs, and again, you could argue that had a hometown advantage. It's a bit like, granted, okay, obviously All Quiet took place in Germany, not Britain. But then again, but then at the same time, if you remember, BAFTAs love Baz Luhrmann. So what if they gave production design to Elvis? They might give it to Elvis. Babylon seems like a good bet. And I do like that they nominated Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That was a nice nomination. And at the Oscars, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, and Elvis. Those are the only ones that are consistent. So really, it probably is between All Quiet, Babylon, and Elvis. And, you know, Batman and Pinocchio, not so much. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. I think... but then, like, on one hand with Elvis, it is Baz Luhrmann. They love Baz Luhrmann. But on the other hand, it's not British. But then again, is that... Maybe that doesn't even matter. Like, was the Great Gatsby a British movie, was that a British movie or was it not? I don't know. Or was it like an American film? I mean, obviously, you know, it was made by someone like Baz Luhrmann's not American. At least I don't think he is. But did that take place in America or not? Actually, I'm not even sure if it won. Well, you know what? Let's go to production design. Let's go to Let's go to production design and see how well they align with the Oscars. Last year I went to Dune. Mank, then it was Mank, 1917, that's a discrepancy. The Favorite, that's a discrepancy. The Shape of Water, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that's a discrepancy. Mad Max Fury Road, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Great Gatsby did win in the BAFTAs, was also like the Oscars. So really, from what we're seeing here, they seem to only deviate if a movie takes place in their home turf. At least in recent years. Let's see. So yeah, because Fantastic Beasts, that's a British film. The Favorite, that's a British film. 1917, that's a British film. But none of these are outwardly British. I mean, I think, none of these are really British films, so that's interesting. Although, again, Baz Luhrmann, you know what? I think they might give it to... Because again, there's no British movies in there for production design. Although, okay... But then again, maybe that's not a surefire thing, because... Dune and Mank, Mank, ugh. But are any of these films truly a threat? Then again, none of these seem to be a major threat to Babylon. I think it ultimately comes down between Babylon and Elvis. I think it comes down between Babylon and Elvis. Because none of the others, I would love to see if maybe Batman takes... I don't know which one I would pick for production design. Maybe Babylon? I mean, because there are a lot of different categories. But yeah, but like I said, I don't know if All Quiet on the Western Front is a solid argument to make against Babylon because of the whole 1917 thing. Because again, 1917 was a British film. That was a British film, whereas All Quiet on the Western Front's a German film. So I don't know. This is tough. I might have to say, I will still probably say Babylon. I will probably stick with Babylon right now. So yeah, Babylon. Because nothing else seems to be a big threat. If not Babylon, then maybe Elvis. Costume design. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam, Babylon, Elvis, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Let me just take a sip of this. And at the Oscars, we have Babylon, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. So, Amsterdam and All Quiet didn't get nominated for the Oscar. Babylon, Elvis, or Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris does have the it is British. It is British, so it does have the home turf advantage. Let's see. Cruella, Ma Rainey. Okay. Over Emma. That's interesting. Little Women. The Favorite. Okay, that's a discrepancy, but at the same time, Black Panther wasn't nominated here. Phantom Thread. Jackie. Oh, but in the Oscars, it went to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The Mad Max Fury Road. The Grand Budapest Hotel. The Great Gatsby. Anna Karenina. The Artist. Alice in Wonderland. They do seem... Actually, did Alice in Wonderland win costume design? Yeah, it did. So the BAFTAs do seem to align pretty well with the Oscars. So I might say, but then at the same time, Black Panther's probably going to win costume design at the Oscars, but again, it's not in the BAFTAs. So it might go to Elvis. Again, they love Baz Luhrmann, so maybe this is maybe a chance for it to shine. Although, if not Elvis, then maybe Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Because again, British. And it is also nominated for the Oscar. Maybe. Or maybe it does go to Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Huh. Let me think about that. Because it is a movie about fashion. If you remember, like, I don't know if you've seen Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, but it is a film about a woman who loves, who really wants this dress. Let me take a brief look at Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Costumes. Oh, yeah. Maybe Elvis isn't a lock. Like, maybe this is a good chance for Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris to win. Ooh. You know what? Yeah. I'll say it. I think Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris wins costume design. Perhaps. Maybe? But then again... Let's see. No Oscar. No Best Picture nomination. No Best Picture nomination. This would make the most sense. Everywhere else, Black Panther's sweeping, but it's not nominated here. So I'm thinking... I will probably say... Right now, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I think Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, this is the one chance for it to win Best Costume Design. Because, again, again, Black Panther's not nominated for Best Picture, and it is the British film. Jackie, that is strange, Fantastic Beasts didn't win the BAFTA, yet it did win the Oscar. But at the same time, Jackie was considered a frontrunner. But since the frontrunner this year is Black Panther, and it's not nominated here, I might have to go with Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Yeah, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris wins costume design at the BAFTAs. I will say that. Makeup and hair, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Elvis, Roald Dolls, Matilda the Musical, and The Whale. Again... This is a tough race between Elvis and The Whale. Because Elvis at... Where is it? At the makeup... where is it called? At the Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild Awards, Elvis won 2 of them for Best Period and/or Character Makeup and Best Period and/or Character Hairstyling. But it lost Best Special Makeup Effects to The Whale. I will say, Darius, I don't think a lot of these are easy wins. Like, I don't think any, like, some of them, like, maybe original, I would not call the makeup and hair, I wouldn't call that an easy win. Like, I still think there's a good chance, let's see, Elvis did win at Critics' Choice, but again, does that really matter? Let's take a look at the Makeup and Hairstylists Guild Awards in Makeup and Hairstylists Guild for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Because I want to see how well it performed here. So Ma Rainey's Black Bottom did win period and/or character makeup. Ooh. And it's the exact same situation here. The Whale won Best Special Effects makeup, but at the same time, Ma Rainey didn't get nominated here. Oh, God, this is tough. This really is tough. Does Pinocchio... Does The Whale win or does Elvis win? The Whale, at least from everything that I'm seeing with The Whale, it looks very like it looks very intense, like all that makeup. Like it's a full bodysuit and like it looks so flawless. But again, there's Elvis. How many? Okay, I need to see how many times Critics' Choice got makeup wrong. How many times did the what was it? Critics' Choice Award. Yeah, Critics' Choice Awards. Ah, come on. Alright, let's see how often they agree with the Oscars. Or at least, like... Eyes of Tammy Faye, that won the Oscar. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, that won the Oscar. Bombshell, that won the Oscar. Vice, that won the Oscar. Darkest Hour, that won the Oscar. Jackie, no, they didn't even nominate Suicide Squad, so that's interesting. Mad Max Fury Road, that won the Oscar. Guardians of the Galaxy won... Oh, wait, they didn't even nominate the Grand Budapest Hotel. So, then you have American Hustle, but then the winner for the Oscar then was Dallas Buyers Club. But, ooh. They are pretty consistent, especially in recent, like, for the past, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... For the past 5 years, they correctly predicted... the Oscar. But what about the BAFTAs? What about the BAFTAs? What do they do? How well do they predict? Okay, 1, 2, 3. The Favorite won over Vice. All right, that's interesting. Darkest Hour, Florence Foster Jenkins. Once again, they did not nominate Suicide Squad. Mad Max, Grand Budapest, American Hustle. Once again, over Dallas Buyers Club. Les Miserables. So, it's not a guarantee. Like, okay, over the past 10 years, how many have they gotten wrong? Like, let's see, 1, 2... Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, let's see. That's, okay, The Favorite, that's 1. Florence Foster Jenkins, that's 2. American Hustle, that's 3. And Alice in Wonderland, that's 4. So, they've lost, like... They're mostly pretty good at predicting, though. And they seem to be pretty much in almost like... And Critics' Choice is really good at predicting that, too. Oh, boy. God. I wanted to... Like, it needs to go The Whale, but... God, the Critics' Choice and BAFTA are pretty decent, but I think it's not a guarantee. It might go to Elvis. It might actually go to Elvis. Whale would... Again, I have not seen The Whale, but from what I've seen of it, like clips and makeup and images. Again, so what I'm looking at looks fantastic. I might have to predict Elvis, although if it wins the BAFTA, if The Whale wins the BAFTA, I will be happy. Special visual effects. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Top Gun: Maverick. I'm not too thrilled about this category because, once again, I mean, like, remember when Black Panther won visual effects at the BAFTAs? That was awful. I don't like that Everything Everywhere All at Once is in there, especially since the Oscars. Not only did the Oscars not shortlist it, showing that even they didn't think Everything Everywhere had very good or at least, you know, not that impressive visual effects. Also, Visual Effects Society, no nominations. So I don't like that Everything Everywhere All at Once is there. I think this is good. It'll go to Avatar. It'll go to Avatar, The Way of Water. Although I swear to God, if anything else other than Avatar wins, I will be so angry. But yeah, Avatar, The Way of Water. The one thing I'm concerned over at the Oscars is that we have 3 Best Picture nominees nominated for Best Visual Effects: All Quiet, Avatar, and Top Gun. And I'm worried that those votes will cancel each other out, and where Black Panther ends up winning Best Visual Effects. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Wakanda Forever has significantly better visual effects than the first one, but I don't think Wakanda Forever had, you know, very groundbreaking or that impressive visual effects. At the very least, I will say Avatar should win, and it probably will win at the BAFTAs. Although I would really hate it if like Top Gun or All Quiet beat it, or God help me if Everything Everywhere wins. But I'm thinking Avatar. Sound, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, Tar, Top Gun, Maverick. I want to say maybe Top Gun takes sound as well. Because I'm not exactly, I need to see if sound and editing line up with each other at BAFTA. Let's see how often editing and sound mix together at the BAFTAs. All right, sound, Dune. Editing, Dune. Oh, wait. Oh. Alright. Sound of... What happened for The Revenant over Mad Max Fury Road? Wait, what? The Revenant won sound? That's weird. Let's see. We saw a repeat... Let's see, we saw repeats of sound with... let's see how well... so it's Sound of Metal. Ford v Ferrari. 1917. Oh, wow. Vice. Bohemian Rhapsody. Dunkirk. Oh, yeah. Baby Driver. Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, so maybe it's not, yeah, it's not as intertwined as the Oscars are, because the Oscars, they intertwine editing and sound quite a bit. So maybe you're right. Maybe All Quiet on the Western Front takes sound, or maybe Elvis. Maybe Elvis takes sound, but All Quiet on the Western Front is a big war movie, pew pew explosions. I think maybe you're right. All Quiet wins for sound. Although out of these picks, my choice for sound would probably be Elvis. But yeah, maybe editing will go to Top Gun Maverick, and sound will go to All Quiet on the Western Front. Original score: All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. If All Quiet, oh wow, wait. Alright, so I think maybe Babylon wins. The BAFTAs seem to really like Justin Hurwitz, even with First Man. So I think Babylon wins original score. So yeah. I think it will probably go to Babylon here. And at the Oscars, oh my, wait. The BAFTAs predicted Everything Everywhere All at Once for score. Because I thought there was no chance in hell that original score was going to go to... that Everything Everywhere was going to get a nomination for score. But yet, BAFTAs did it. They predicted it. But I don't expect it to win. It'll probably go to Babylon. You're thinking Banshees? So you're thinking Banshees? I don't think it will. I don't think it'll go to Banshees. I don't think it's going to do that well. I'm expecting, you know, best film and best original screenplay and stuff, but I'm not expecting score. I would not expect score. I'm thinking Babylon, because they do love Justin Hurwitz. Best animated film, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And I think for score, my pick would either be Babylon or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Animated film, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and Turning Red. Well, considering Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio literally has, like, what, three nominations, I think? It's gonna go to Pinocchio. Oh, wait, you don't think Babylon wins score the BAFTA because it lost Tar at the Critics' Choice? I mean, yeah, it lost to Tar at Critics' Choice, but also Critics, it was Tar was a weird choice to win Best Original Score, period. Everyone was thinking it was gonna be, Babylon. But the thing is, Tar, especially since there was barely any score in the music, in the film, period. There was, a concept album of score, but that wasn't in the movie. So, I would not take Critics' Choice seriously this year when it comes to score, because that was something no one would have ever predicted, and it's also one that really shouldn't have won. Yeah, if there was any movie that was sweeping this year, you can, take it to the bank, it's Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Some people think maybe at the Oscars, Puss in Boots has a chance. I don't think so. It might be second place, but I just don't see a world where Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio loses. Not with this kind of momentum. So yeah. And yeah, then there are the short films. I can't really predict these. So yeah, sorry about that. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer, Charlotte Wells for Aftersun, Georgia Oakley and Helene Safri for Blue Jean, Marie Leedon for Electric Milady, Katie Brand for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, and Maya Canworthy for Rebellion. I don't really know any of these films except for Aftersun, which I did see. I think Charlotte Wells will win this. It's the big major film that's been nominated at the BAFTAs, so I think that's probably going to be the winner. Outstanding British film, we have Aftersun, The Banshees of Inisherin, Brian and Charles, Empire of Light, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, Living, Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical, See How They Run, The Swimmers, and The Wonder. Banshees, if it's going to win Best Film, it's going to win Best British Film. I actually kind of predicted that Living would get nominated for Best Film, period. And maybe that would be a way for it to sneak into the Oscars, but ultimately that didn't happen. So yeah, I think that will go to The Banshees of Inisherin. Documentary. Again, I'm not good at predicting documentaries, so I'm thinking maybe Moonage Daydream. I mean, it's about David Bowie. He was a British guy. Again, I don't know. The Oscars, everyone's saying All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. I don't know, maybe it's between All Beauty and Moonage, but I'm not really... Again, I don't tend to predict documentaries that much. Film not in the English language. Well, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina in 1985, Corsage, Decision to Leave, and The Quiet Girl. Literally the only one here nominated for Best Film and Best Director, and for both Best Film... For Best Film, Best Director, and Adapted Screenplay, if it's not All Quiet on the Western Front, then there's a problem. Because, why'd you nominate it for Best Film if you didn't choose it to win Best Film not in the English language? That would be ridiculous. So yeah, it's going to go to All Quiet. And E.E. Rising Star, I don't know at all which one it could go. Again, I can't predict awards like this, because it's it's such a random award to have, so I don't know if it's really worth me talking about, so yeah. But yeah, you're thinking Daryl McCormick. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm just not even going to bother predicting this because this is I could never predict an award like this. But yeah, guys, those are my British, those are my, BAFTA predictions. I will go over them briefly. Film not in the English language, All Quiet on the Western Front, documentary, I don't know, Moonage or All the Beauty, I don't know. British film, Banshees of Inisherin. Debut by a British director or producer, Charlotte Wells for After Sun. Animated film, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Original score, Babylon. Sound, All Quiet in the Western Front. Visual effects, Avatar. Makeup and hair, I'm going to have to predict Elvis, although I'm hoping for a whale win. Costume design, I'm thinking Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Production design, I'm thinking Elvis takes this. I think I said Elvis. Although I would not be shocked over Babylon. I really wouldn't be shocked. Editing, Top Gun Maverick. Cinematography, I'm thinking... Wait, did I say All Quiet or did I... Oh yeah, I said All Quiet would win BAFTA, but at the Oscars, it would be Elvis. Casting, I think it's going to go to Elvis. Supporting actress, I think Angela Bassett is too big to stop. Supporting actor, Ke Huy Quan. Cate Blanchett wins Best Actress. Best Actor, I'm thinking Austin Butler. Maybe Fraser squeaks in, who knows. Adapted Screenplay, I'm thinking maybe we get Living, but that would be very weird. All Quiet, for original screenplay, I think we get Banshees of Inisherin. Director, I think we get Todd Field for Tar. And best film, I'm thinking The Banshees of Inisherin. Oh yeah, I will be live streaming the BAFTA award winners. Like I said, later tonight, it's not going to be a live stream, but I will be posting a video on my reaction to the Art Directors Guild winners and the Directors Guild of America winners. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will say, if you can, I have a Ko-Fi page up, ko-fi.com/ChristianHannah. A special thank you to my Ko-Fi supporters, Fudd and Rooney Coaster. I'm trying to find a job, and every bit of this truly helps. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell icon to be notified of future videos. I will be up tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will react to the Funny British Awards. So, there you go. And like I said, tonight I will be posting a video on my reaction and updated Oscar predictions for Best Director because of the DG. I will be talking about the DG, the Directors Guild of America, and the Art Directors Guild. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see more, click this.